Hello and welcome back to another of the Blue Eye Guy Gaming News. So I'm going to be doing a video on more news. This is a multi-news one like I used to do. So to start off with, Payday 2 Xbox 360 review. So you may have heard about Payday, the heist. It's a PC game where you have up to 4-player co-op, and you go around trying to rob things. You're robbers, 4 robbers, and you have to work as a team to go around and rob different places such as a bank, a shop, or if you get higher in the game, you have to do different, it like splits up the mission. Like you start a mission off as a bank, like robber, then you get to another place where you have to run away from the police, try and kill them off or something, and then you have to get out. And then there's another mission such as, well, to start, a example would be, you've gone into a place to rob some cocaine bags, drug bags. You've got away with it in a van. You've driven to the docks. The police have caught up with you. They're at the docks, and then you have to battle through them and get the drug bags onto a boat. Obviously, you have to work together to not get shot. Some people may be shooting the police while the others get the bags, and so on. But this review about the Payday 2 Xbox 360, I didn't even know it came out. But obviously it has, or it hasn't yet. It's coming out. I think it's out. They're saying, united you stand, divided you fail. So I'm just going to read off here. Spare a thought for the Tony Montanas, Don Corleones and Walter Whites of the world. Good hired help is hard to find, and no one feels like old adage more than their sparring crime lord. You have cause to consider this often when playing co-op heist shooter Payday 2, such as you will have to choose a team, play with a team that is good, instead of having idiots who will shoot bystanders such as people without any guns. That is another thing of the game. If you shoot anybody, like you don't, because you can detain people if you've got the right upgrades. Because there's an upgrade system where you can use your money that you've won during the heist to upgrade. Oh, sorry. A Payday 2 is it's for Xbox 360 and PC. I'm not sure if it's on PlayStation, but they haven't brought number 1 Payday from. They've just gone straight to Payday 2 for some reason on Xbox 360. So yeah, co-op heist shooter Payday 2. Oh. Usually while you'll have cause to consider this often when playing co-op heist shooter Payday 2. Usually while bleeding out in a bank lobby, being trampled by a SWAT team, because your imbecilic associates decided that shooting passers-by was a great way to start a robbery. Since this is a game designed with full co-op multiplayer in mind, teammate AI is completely and utterly useless. So if you think that AI can help if you can't get a team and want to play offline, you're screwed. Because you're not going to be able to play really, because they can't help you. It'll fire inefficiently at enemies and attempt to revive you when you're shot down, but won't be able to perform any actions essential to completing missions, rendering the game's optional offline mode all but obsolete. As such, the key to staging the perfect crime is finding the right team. Just like a real heist, recruit a trigger-happy hothead at your peril. Should they run head first into failure, they'll bring you spiraling down along with them. So if you choose a guy who is an idiot and decides to go kill people instead of capturing them, you're going to all fail, because the police just come for all of you, not just one person. Payday 2's level hub crime.net will constantly spawn various jobs of varying difficulty, length and pay grade for you to tackle with your chosen teammates. Early heists range from a vanilla bank vault break-in to relieving a jewellery store of a tiara to infiltrating a nightclub to rob the manager's office, but later jobs are more pleasantly complex, involving multi-stage missions sequences across different locations. Selecting any job on crime.net will take you to a mission brief, where you can choose your loadout, and team captains are able to purchase assets that might help the mission go more smoothly, providing you use them properly. Despite numerous variations of the same job appearing on crime.net at any given time, it doesn't feel like there are quite enough levels on offer early on in Payday 2, and due to jobs filling up or bafflingly disappearing after a too brief timer runs out, it can sometimes take a few frustrating minutes to get your desired mission going on the public lobby, because obviously there's only 4 players per, it's like different lobbies, and there's only 4 people allowed in a lobby, so you'll be like pressing a button to get in there, but somebody else has already pressed that button just a couple seconds before you, so then you've got to wait for another game to come up after on the public lobby. This is a review, so yeah, it's not very good. Payday 2 gets much better and more refined the longer that you play it. With limited gear on hand to begin with, you have little option but to gun down wave after wave of cops during every level whilst waiting for a timer to run down. And because you don't have any, you have about 1 or 2 straps per person, or you don't at all, I'm not sure. I've never seen anybody play from the beginning before. I've only seen them seen Sacriel play it, Sacriel 42 play it, and the Squirrel's Nuts, Paul Squirrel, they've played it, but they've all had they're at the top because they've been playing it, because they're good at it, because they have good teamwork. I've also seen Devil Dog Gamer, they've also done it as well. But the only way you can really survive is by gunning down to start off with, because you've only got limited gear. The only way you're going to get through it is by killing cops, because you have no way of collecting, unless you shoot all the bystanders, passers-by and bystanders that are in there. Like if in a bank, there's going to be people in the bank. There's no way of detaining all of them. So if one, because they can run off and call the police, so then you've got the police anyway. So yeah, an experience barely. You have little option but to gun down wave after wave of cops during every level whilst waiting for a timer to run down. An experience barely distinguishable from countless dismal first-person shooters. It isn't until you unlock more sophisticated equipment that you'll have more complex ways to approach a job, considerably changing the pace. Spending money makes money. As the more assets, equipment and gadgets you buy, the more options you'll have to stealthily circumvent any obstacles later on. No matter how many items you stockpile through, and no matter how good you think your chosen team are, you can never predict how exactly a job is going to go down. And therein lies the fun of Payday 2, the feeling that from one moment to the next you can never be sure of what might happen. You'll constantly have to weigh up rewards with the potential repercussion. Do you risk going back to the scene of the crime for one last bag of stolen cash, or do you get out while the going is still good? Jobs will change ever so slightly every time you play them too. A bank's layout may shift, a new guard might be posted outside, or a concerned citizen might just wander close enough to spot the bulletproof vest strapped beneath your suit, forcing you to mask up early. So yeah, so that was... Oh, there's another page. That's alright. There we go. After each successful mission, you'll be able to pick one of 3 cards, which will randomly unlock a mask, weapon, or weapon modification for purchase, or on rare occasions grant a one-time cash bonus. More powerful weapons, talents, and gadgets will be unlocked as you level up through one of the game's 4 new skill trees: Ghost, Mastermind, Enforcer, and Technician, branching further into these grant players unique items to fit their specialised role within a crime spree. But pleasantly, you won't be penalised at a later point if you decide to respec the points you earn to try something a little different. Some technical grievances did haunt our first few hours of play, but we're hoping these will be addressed in a day 1 patch that developer Overkill has hinted at via Twitter. More invasive issues included the game forcefully pausing every time another player joined our job in progress, for example, which cancelled any current actions and in some cases taking us out of the game for several minutes whilst it completed. That's a bit, yeah. So it's not out then yet, because it says addressed in a day 1 patch. Obviously it's not out, they've just reviewed it for Xbox 360, so it should be coming soon. Payday's 2's enemy II isn't all that smart either, relying on simple strength in numbers and sheer firepower to suppress you when things get hairy. The game's relatively modest budget and small team can be seen and felt through recycled assets too. The world abounds in visible walls, murky textures and repeated character models, and the slow rent look actually makes a couple of missions more difficult to complete than they should be. It's just too easy to forgive Payday 2 for looking shonky though. The game isn't about appearances, it's about the tension, excitement and thrill found in the heat of a moment. It's about hard work and cooperation, and a well-placed bullet coming together to pull off the perfect crime. If you've got a tight team of 4 bank-busted buddies ready to go, and you can overlook some below-average scenery, you're in for a hell of a time. Mask up! Payday 2 is out today, 13th... Payday 2 was out yesterday for North America and hits Europe on the 16th of August. Are you getting it? Please send a comment in to see if you're getting it or not. I think problem is I haven't got enough memory on my Xbox to buy it. That's the problem. So 16th, which is Friday. Lol. So yeah. See if there's any more news. Oh yeah. The other day I think I was talking about the Xbox One reveal. You got the Xbox One controller and the new Kinect 2.0. people wanted to have, because with the original Xbox 360, you got a headset with it, cheap Xbox 360 headset, which just had one ear for listening to people talking and a microphone. I've still got it in there, but I've got my Turtle Beaches so I can listen to both at the same time through both ears, because it's a lot more, feels a lot better in my head. But people wanted one for the new Xbox One, and they put up a petition, I think, or something, or something like that. And Xbox have actually revealed they have listened to their audience and say they're going to put it in. So you won't just get the Kinect, but you also get a headset as well. So yeah, so if you wanted that headset as well, so you didn't have to listen to idiots, because that's what the problem is. You can't really. The only way you'd be able to do stuff is by muting people, muting kids, which we have most of the time. But Xbox One doesn't require Kinect to function, but it will still be in the package. They're still saying that it's so game developers can make games with Kinect, and they know that people, if they've got a Xbox One, they know they'll be able to play it because they got Kinect. Even though people want a cheaper version because that's just how they want, because people don't have that much money these days, so they don't want the Kinect. That's the whole point, because I don't want Kinect, because it won't work here. Because Kinect, unless I can stand right here, my Xbox, wait, alright, I'm standing where I was just a minute ago. That's how far I am from my screen. So if I had it about an arm's length, which it usually needs more than that to work, if it can work that, that's fine. But if I need to be all the way out my bloody window for it to work, not very good in my bedroom. They don't think of that people have, because they're stupid Americans. Sorry, well, they are, not everybody else, but they don't, most American houses, I've been in America, it's good, but most of the houses are big, they have big front rooms, they think they're going to have it in the front room. But I'm the only one who uses the Xbox, so I have to have it in my room, and my room is not big enough for it to be in here. So if they think they're going to be able to fit me, like small rooms like this in England, that is their sales problem. That's why people don't want Kinect, because the first Kinect didn't work, because you couldn't work with it. I've seen the Gadget Show, if you're in the UK. The Gadget Show did a comparison between the Xbox Kinect and the PlayStation Move, and they thought they put a place near the TV, and they had to move their sofa, which was the screen is where my screen is now, and the sofa was about where my window is. That's how far they were, and they still had to move the sofa out the way before the Kinect would work behind that, because you had to be, I'm not sure if it's 2 meters or not, about 3 meters you had to be, and this is about 2 meters, so for your body to be in the camera, because the camera was tiny, But hopefully the new Kinect is better, so you can be close range or further range, so it would still work. But if it doesn't, that is one of their problems. So people still won't buy the game because they won't be able to use the Kinect, which they got with the console. But we'll just have to find out and see if people say that's going to be the funny thing when it comes out about Xbox One, and then you see all the reviews of people saying that is shit. The Kinect is shit, shit, shit. I bet it will be. But yeah, this has been. I am the Blue Eyed Guy. See you next time. Bye.